All right, what's going on, guys? Had some technical difficulties on the last one. We are live now on the official X-Commerce fan page inside the X-Commerce community. So we announced that we're going live. So let's see where some of you guys are at. As well, if you're watching this part right now, you might be watching the replay. But we uploaded a replay of yesterday's live feed. That was 2 hours. It was all about drop shipping. It was a Q&A. So once you guys are on here, once you guys start flooding in, just comment. Let us know where you're from. We're going to start going live at least 5 times a week. One of the partners, might be all 3 of us, might be 2 of us from X-Commerce. So if you guys have marketing questions, dropshipping questions, Shopify questions, we're here to answer it. So let's see. So if you're on here right now, go ahead and comment where you're from. So there you go, people hopping on. There you go. Go ahead and comment where you're from. I'm gonna let everybody know too in the group chats that we're here, and then give them the Telegram link. But yeah, so comment where you guys are from. We're gonna be answering you guys' questions. If you guys are having trouble learning about drop shipping, making money online, we're here to help you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce everybody. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, JT, absolute stud drop shipper, one of the partners of X-Commerce. Did I buy 200 grand last month? 212 to be exact. But hey, who's counting 12 grand? Bitcoin is. So $212,000 guys in dropshipping sales. So he's here to help you guys learn how to increase your sales. And I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend. That is Strickland.
Ooh, I'll be moving on in.
Yeah, he'll be moving in. I'll be getting up. He'll be moving in. But he did like 20, 30 grand in the last few days.
Yeah. This year's been off to a really good start.
Yeah. So crushing it. So they're here, guys, to answer your questions. So I'll let you guys just kind of take over and flood it in, let everybody know that we're live and stuff like that. We have a few people, but I mean, more people will start hopping on. More we do this.
Over here.
I'll be right back.
Oh, there we go. No, yeah, you can see comments stuff. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments like where you're from and any questions. Like literally, it's just like a kind of like more relaxed Q&A kind of, and then a little bit of like an intro, I guess, since this is one of our first live feeds. Just going to like who we are as a person. So I don't know if you want to just like hit that off and just go with like just kind of who you are.
Start right now.
Yeah, just like an intro. It doesn't have to be anything like too crazy.
All right, everybody. So my name is JT, and I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. So anybody from LA, hey, if you're not from LA, you're still cool. But basically, keep it short right now because we may go into a longer intro. Basically, I started from literally nothing. So if you're at that position right now as well too, and you don't know exactly where to begin, and you think that you need money to make money, that's not true. You have one of the greatest things inside of you, and that's your desire, your imagination. You put that to the test and trust in yourself, then you really learn. You really activate the things inside of you to get what you want. But yeah, me started out with nothing, and I got into drop shipping because I wanted to basically learn how to make more money without actually going to a physical job or physical workplace. So that's how I started, because I realized that a job would never really pay me what I'm truly worth. But I can find a business, or I can create a business that if I put a maximum amount of effort in it, then the returns will be maximum. I'm not capped. My cap is only by the efforts and my determination and my motivation. So that was my main drive, my main focus when I was trying to find a business. That, and also like trying to help my mom. I'll go further into details a little bit, but right now just keep it sweet and short intro. So that's a little bit about myself. So what about you?
Yeah, okay, so I got into drop shipping about 2 years ago, pushing like 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. I got into drop shipping when I came back on break from college. So I was down in Cali for college. I went up to Washington, just on summer break. And the thing with college, and when I first applied to college, I knew I wasn't gonna last 4 years, and I also knew that I had to actually start something outside of college if I wanted to get out of college, right? My parents, I feel like they never let me drop out if I didn't have some sort of backbone to kind of go off of, and so I had to come up with something. And dropshipping is kind of what I stumbled upon, because I've always been like curious. I've always been kind of just looking at new opportunities and like where I can like come in at and just find money making opportunities, right? And because I'm a broke college kid, literally my life before dropshipping and business was soccer. I played a lot of soccer, like really competitive soccer, and some video games. That was like my college life. And from there, from finding out what dropshipping was, and then pursuing that, even though I had like no money to start up, and kind of like scraping by and finding new ways to actually start. dropshipping without necessarily like a lot of budget to play with. Going from there to expanding to multiple dropshipping sites, and then expanding into like software, SaaS, service-based businesses, content creation, social media marketing, like all this kind of stuff is kind of like where I've diversified into and just like moved around with. But dropshipping is what kind of got me started, and the fact that I was able to get started with like almost no money down when I first started was something that I like to like try and teach people and help people out with, because it's like such an easy industry to get into. I think that's something that everyone can kind of learn from, and at least like learn something about this industry to make some form of money.
And if you're in this group right now, you're watching live, please like and love this video for us right now so it can reach out to more people, because we're about to give you guys just a massive amount of value. We're going to answer any question that you guys have about dropshipping, marketing, or anything. It's going to come from 3 different minds. So one of us, you may not like our way or our strategy, but there's multiple strategies that you can get. Like my way may not be the same as Thaddeus, and Thaddeus' way may not be the same as Josh's marketing skills. So just like and love these videos, and just let it reach out to everybody pretty much so we can get more people on, because we're just here to try to add massive amount of value to the whole community. So as you guys do that, we're gonna, what should we start?
The Q&A, or guys have like just basic stuff to run down.
So you guys have any questions, literally just drop them in the comments and we'll answer them. We'll kind of like expand on them, probably hit a few tangents and whatnot, and kind of just go from there. Yeah,
pretty much, guys. Us, one of us, all 3 of us, 2 of us, it doesn't really matter. The goal is to start going live 5 times a week. 5 times a week, we're going to start going live. We're going to start uploading YouTube videos. We're releasing more blogs. We're building up because the official, community, the official program and software is going to be out within the next 30 days or less, probably sooner, to be honest. And it's going to be freaking life-changing. So we want you guys to be involved. We want you guys, your exclusive smaller test group, start getting results, start, seeing success when it comes to making money online. So we're just going to be here, 20, 25, 30 minutes a day, Q&A, or maybe just giving you guys some tips that that we know about, that not many people talk about, and this is your guys' way to interact with us, personally, to get that one-on-one interaction of being able to get your questions answered, instead of just Googling and searching on YouTube for everything. So if you guys are on here, again, like JT said, show some love, give the video a like, that way we can get it bumped up to the top of the group. And then we're going to have a Telegram link too. We'll put it in the description after the video is over. And you guys can join the Telegram group, and it's going to have all the news, all the official X-Commerce news, whenever the live feeds are. Every announcement is going to be in that link. So we'll put the Telegram link here in the replay. So yeah. And you guys, stay on Q&A.
All right, you guys, so let the questions begin. There's no limits, so you can ask questions about pretty much anything when it comes in terms of success, motivation, determination, where to begin, where to start, how do you find product ideas, what are some marketing strategies, some email marketing strategies, anything and everything. So please start the questions, because this is for you guys, and we're still working on XCOM, so we have a lot to do tonight just for you guys, so it's not going to be that long, so just take advantage of it as it's here right now. So please let the questions begin.
All right, so Jesse's talking about creating funnels. So do you have a particular way?
I think I like your way actually better when it comes to creating funnels, because yours is like more, you break it down more specific. So I think you should talk about
that. Okay. So with how my funnel person for my sites kind of works, guys, is basically I drive all my traffic, especially in the beginning, through Instagram. All of it, okay? I don't start with paid ads. I don't run straight to Facebook paid ads or anything like that. Basically, my strategy and my funnel, kind of how I bring people like people through, right, is Instagram, okay? And you need to draw traffic like somehow, some way, right? And originally, like there's lots of ways you can draw traffic from Instagram. Influencer shout outs, having like double tap, for instance. Like there's a bunch of different ways to generate traffic, but the key to it is like having these different things set in place on Instagram, so that if one piece of this funnel, for instance, isn't up to par, then everything just falls through, right? And you don't actually get people to convert to your website. So you need people from Instagram to visit your dropshipping Instagram page, and then from there you need to actually get them to click through to your website. And your website's job is supposed to get them to convert, right? And so what a lot of people end up doing wrong, right, is they get an influencer shout out, and they're trying to skip steps in this funnel, right? They buy a shout out from an influencer, and they're trying to get people from that shout out to immediately just go to the website. They want people to open up their browser and type in their URL and go to the website and buy something. And people are lazy. A lot of people are lazy, and they won't do that. And the key to it, right, is having an attractive image, having good ad copy, something there that actually gets them to click through to your business Instagram page. Again, with like call to actions in the ad copy one, I'll break this down. And then getting them to go to your Instagram business page. And from there, they need to be convinced that your website is appealing enough that they actually want to buy those products from you and your business, so that they actually click through from your Instagram business page to go to your website. And your website job is supposed to convert them, right? And I think the key to this, guys, especially with Instagram, is content. Like, content is king. You need good quality pictures. You need good quality content. Using, the supplier, images, AliExpress images, like stuff like that. Like, it works. You can get sales. Like, don't get me wrong, but having your own content and like good quality content that you've taken yourself, or you have buddies that do photography, something like that. But that allows you to actually make a unique feed on Instagram. Like, people go there, they haven't seen that stuff before. It looks cool. They go to your website and, it looks different. It looks unique. It looks, authentic. It looks like you're your own brand, which is something that I need to stress, because a lot of people on dropshipping, like, they don't try and make their own brand. Like, they're just another one of those dropshipping sites. And that's not what you want to do. Like, that's not good. You want to be seen as something like unique and authentic and like different, because people like different. And especially like if you can give off that vibe that, you're unique and you're different, and you're, just that you're not, again, one of those dropshipping sites, then it's a lot easier to build trust with them. It's a lot easier like to build rapport with them and then get them to purchase. So I don't know if you have any thoughts.
Yeah, see, that's why I like him because my funnel is just simple. Like, mine is it's basically that, but just simplified. Because I like my strategy to everything is always keep it simple, stupid. Because that way, if it's more simple for me, I try to make it simple for everybody else. So I do the same thing too when it comes to Instagram marketing. I like almost all my traffic comes from Instagram marketing, because I'm huge on fashion. I know how to create pages like he's talking about on your Instagram to make it look really authentic and really cool, because most people, they won't click to your website until they have like the confirmation from your page. So if you have like a shitty page, they're not gonna 9 out of 10 they're not gonna click your website, because they're already expecting it to have a shitty like a website. So what you want to do is literally make your page is literally like your bloodline. It's like that's how you like get people to click through to your page. You can't just post products and just say, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. Nobody wants to be sold. Nobody really cares until they know how much you care. And you have to care as an owner, as a dropshipping, having a dropshipping website. You have to show that you care. And the way you do that is building content. So like Thaddeus talked about, building an elegant and nice looking Instagram page. And it doesn't always have to be about just your product or your website. Like me, like most of my stories are just strictly fashion. And what I do to get more people and more followers to my actual stories, one, I use hashtags a lot for almost every post, but then I post relevant news. So news that's already for me. Like, for example, one of my biggest products that I sold, I made a whole bunch of money on, was cloud glasses. Cloud glasses were really, not one of my biggest, but one of the products I made a lot of money on was cloud glasses. And my page had a whole bunch of cloud glasses, but it also had like celebrities, so people that are already familiar with their faces. And that's one key thing too. If you can find pictures or news about celebrities or things, like a face that people already trust. So like one of my posts were like with Migos. It was Takeoff when he had the cloud glasses, and I made a description, and I put call to actions within that description. So when I say call to action, say, oh, tag 3 friends basically that who will look good in these glasses. So I'm not selling you, but I'm telling you who will look good in these glasses. My page is full of like information, eloquent pictures of those glasses. So I'm literally like throwing little pitches at people, because they're gonna be like, oh wow, Takeoff, like he's a rapper, he's in Migos, he looks cool in those glasses. Where can I get these glasses? People start asking that themselves unconsciously. And as they do that, they're already on the page. Like, I got them on the page, and they look up and they see the link, and that will drive way more traffic too. Then that also is a key way of actually adding free traffic, like with your post. Use your post as that as well too. Like, that's how to drive traffic without actually using ads. And I'm not saying like you don't need ads at all, because you do, but this is like a good way to start. Like when you're building your page and like make it nice content, like you use those hashtags and like use like relevant news to draw people there, because you can actually get a lot of free sales and a lot of customers and views to your site without actually putting but actually running ads. But that's a tough game, but you can do it. But treat your page like the bloodline, because it is the bloodline to your website. And once you've got like your website up and everything, that's where you focus on like the apps. Because me personally, I try, my whole goal is just to get people to my site, so I know how to get to my site. Once I get them to my site, I know how to convert like easily. So my whole thing when it comes to converting is all about the apps. And here's a few apps, if you guys are writing this down, some of my favorite apps that I use that have psychological triggers, that have senses of urgency. Number one is Conversion Plus. Conversion Plus, actually, it's like a time bar. It's like at the top, as soon as a customer adds an item to their cart, you can pick the time. You can pick 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or whatever you want. You can add that, and then literally, as soon as they add that to the cart, like unconsciously, they're like, oh, damn, I don't want to miss on this item. This item's about to run out. I got to get it right now. They're thinking these thoughts unconsciously. And as they think that they're typing super fast to try to fill up all the payment information because they don't want to miss out. And that leads me to my next app, which is FOMO. So FOMO, FOMO. What FOMO does is basically, it's like it gives people like buying what other people buy and what other people like as well too. So when people see like little sidebars pop up, oh, someone just bought this item, someone just bought that item. That's what FOMO does. And a good analogy, a good example of this is basically like if you're ever walking down and you see like a restaurant with the line all the way down to like the street. If you see that, you're gonna be like, wow, I wonder what everybody's like there for. Why is everybody there? Like, what do they have? They must be a really good restaurant. You're already thinking that unconsciously. Like, you may not realize it, but you're thinking that unconsciously. And the same effect, sorry, we were by the highway, but the same effect applies to your website. Like, people, once they see those sales notifications pop up multiple times, and they're gonna be like, oh dang, like, I want to buy. That's gonna push them to buy even more. So those are like two of the apps that I use for psychological factors. There's a few more as well too that I'm gonna get into as well. And if you haven't got any sales yet, you can actually use Sales Pop. That's a free version. It's just like FOMO, but not as eloquent and not as like clear. But what Sales Pop does is the same thing. You can actually create the sales notifications that pop up. FOMO is all the actual sale that you have. You can't create them on FOMO. But Sales Pop is a great way to start before you get to FOMO to build that sense of like urgencies and things like that. And then should I keep going about the apps or should I move to the questions?
Maybe let's take a look at these questions.
Take a look at questions.
Yeah. So just finding this. What is your content strategy for IG? Well, guys. So basically, you know, when I stress content and stuff like that, what I recommend doing, it takes patience, but I recommend ordering some of the products to your actual house and taking photos with them. And if you don't know how to take photos, find someone who takes photos. Like network, guys. Literally, just I had buddies that knew how to take photos when I didn't know how to take photos, so they did them like for me because they were more than happy. Like, hey, you can build out your product photography portfolio and then help me with my website, right? It's kind of like a win-win because they like photography. I just wanted cool pictures for Instagram and ads and website and stuff like that. And just doing that, and then eventually figuring out how to take photos yourself and just getting that kind of content. Again, it doesn't always have to be products, guys. Even like what JT is saying, it can be like news, it can be relevant stuff. You can be like reposting, other images and stuff like that are relevant to your industry, to your niche, without always pushing like products on people. Just dependent on what you have and the amount of content you're able to curate. Okay, so that's kind of like the content strategy. Is just like having unique content. I think is the most important factor.
All right, and somebody said, what is XCOM? What XCOM is? It's literally the proven strategies that are going to help you guys be able to succeed. So that's what we are right now. XCOM is basically a community because you need a support system, and everybody here, we're all family. We have one thing in mind. We want all of us to succeed. And what we're going to be here as me, Thaddeus, and Josh, we're here basically just to give you guys and show you guys what actually worked for us. That's what XCOM is about. XCOM, because you can't become successful unless your environment is one of a successful environment. So we want XCOM, and we want the whole industry to be nothing more but a supportive system, because before we all met each other, we've done this road all by ourselves. We left those friends that we were close to, but they didn't actually like push us in the right direction. They didn't believe in our dreams. We had to leave them. And that's why this journey of success was kind of a lonely one before we all met each other and before we got along. That's what we wish we would have had. So XCOM is that community. It is that guidance. It is that mentor that you need. It's the thing that's going to help you guys propel. It's what's going to save you money. It's going to save you time, because we're going to give you strategies and things that work for us, and you don't have to waste time nor money to try to find. And that's pretty much what XCOM is all about.
Mm-hmm. Joshua says, what's the fastest way to build up your store's Instagram, guys? So authentically, I'd say giveaways. The giveaways are a great way to drive traffic, and not only to your website, but to your page and build up your audience. Literally a few ways are just like, hey, with the content you post, though, guys, like just my preference is I never use a lot of text on my images. So if I was doing a giveaway, it'd be a nice quality picture of a product that I took or had someone else take, not like a supplier photo. I'd maybe say just giveaway and then details below, right? And you give most of the details in the actual ad copy, right? Like the caption of the image. And that can either be like, hey, tag 3 friends that would like this, and then the rules have to be, they have to tag 3 friends, they have to follow your page. That could be as easy as it, and you say, okay, giveaway winners, next Friday, right? Whenever it's like 5 days later, okay? Just giveaways like that. And I think another thing too is having it be where you don't just give away that one product to that one person who did the entry, right? You say, hey, tag, 2 friends that would love this product and want this product, and you and those 2 friends will win the free product. And that kind of just gets everyone engaged. So now those 2 friends will think, oh, now I have a chance to actually win something too. And then they might actually, they have a higher percentage chance of actually engaging with that giveaway than just, say, having their friend who just tagged them and they just saw it, right? Because you want, the whole point of having them tag people is to kind of get this, spiral effect that has, they tag more people, and then those 2 people tag more people and stuff like that. Because, that's the whole point of a giveaway, is to get people to tag more people so that you can grow your page, right? And so that's one of the best ways to authentically, grow your actual Instagram page.
And just to touch on what he said too, because that's actually an excellent thing to do, but you can also run ads that are actually like giveaways. If you run ads that are kind of broad, but it's like a giveaway, you're not actually looking to make sales. You're actually looking just to grow and get known as an audience and as a brand. So as you do that, the major thing that you need to have is, like we said at the beginning, is make sure your page is nice, make sure your page is well developed and has those nice pictures. But you can actually use giveaways as also a way to run ads and just attract more people to your store and grow your following and things like that. And that giveaway is actually the number one thing that you could do to build your following if you're going from 0 in order to get to over hundreds of thousands or 20,000, 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a good question. This is a question we get all the time. Someone said, niche product ideas, how do you find those? My way, I have a simple 3 strategies. So this is the big answer I get asked most of the time. How do you find a product? What's the right product? And that's probably one of the most hardest things to find before you actually start your dropshipping journey. And I've come up with a 3-way strategy that helps almost anybody. If you're new to dropshipping, think about this strategy and just write it down. Make sure all you guys have pens, papers, and everything, because this is golden stuff right here. And the 3 things that I go by. Number 1 is seasonal. No matter what time of the year it is, there's always a new season. And there are always things that sell in certain seasons way more than other seasons, no matter what. I promise you right now, we just passed summer. If I ask you guys, what do you guys think can sell in the summer? What would you say? Most people would say bikinis, sunglasses, hats, tank tops, all these things. You guys already have the ideas, but you guys aren't asking yourself the right questions. So seasonal, you got to think seasonal always. There's winter, there's fall, there's summer, and there's spring. You got to always think like that. Actually, if you have this idea in seasonal and then you realize you find products that actually sell during all types of the seasons, all you got to do is wait for the new season. No matter what, you wait for the seasons to come and you already have the product that you need to sell, you need to push out. And this is how you make money all year round. If you don't get nothing from this video and this live feed, if you get just a seasonal thing in that aspect, then you have the potential to make a fortune, literally. Because pretty much I have a notebook with a whole bunch of items that I know sell consistently on the exact season all the time, and all I do is just relist. As soon as that season comes, oh damn, I know the exact date, I know the exact time, I know all of that, when it's gonna come, when it's gonna happen. So that's what you guys need to realize. That's what you guys need to think about. Seasonal, you need to think about trends, and you also need to think about necessities, things that people always need. Those 3 things are things that I use, but those are probably the greatest gifts or tips I can give you guys when it comes to that. Go back to
Daniel, what do you give away? That could literally be in-store credit or actual products on your site. You want to keep it relevant to your site to get to build up that audience of interested clients and actually have a few potential purchases go through. So that's something you can give away. Jacob, do you want to touch on good methods to scale? Your site? Yeah.
Okay. So good methods to scale. Did you say something about 1.5K? Beyond 1.5K days. So there's multiple methods as well. Some of my methods that I go is I basically just increase my budget when it comes to ads. That's one of my greatest methods. Me personally, my strategy of how to test if an ad is good. When I first do it, I always do. You guys may not have this much to start off with, but I do 2 days with $200 per day, and I don't judge much off the first day. I'm not looking at sales. All I'm looking at right now is the CPC. Obviously the last day, which is the second day, I'm looking at the sales. I'm looking at the sales, and I'm looking at the CPC. If you guys don't know what CPC is, it's cost per click. I'm looking for that. Me personally, this may be different from you guys, and it all depends on what's the price point of your products. Because me personally, I like my CPC anything under 80 cents. But if I have a higher ticketed product, and I know one sale is, and it's constant, and I know one sale is basically going to make up however much it costs, then I'm a little bit more flexible. Sometimes if the CPC is $150, but I'm selling a $50 product and it's selling consistently, then I'm okay with that because I'm making it up where with the sales. But basically, how do you scale that is literally you have to have tester ads. So let's say for example, I spent $200 and I end up making like $400. In my opinion, the CPC is like under 80 cents. It's like 60 cents or whatever. If that's good, then my next thing that I'm going to do is going to up the budget. Because if I spend 200 and make 400, then you should already be thinking like, wow, what if I spend 300 or 400 or 500? How much more can I actually make? And that's how I personally scale my businesses. And then what I do as well too, there's another strategy. I actually came up with this recently over my biggest months, and I call it stacking. And what stacking is, and I don't recommend this just to anybody who's brand new. This is like for people who's actually got their foot wet, they have a good ads, they got good sales coming in and things like that. But what stacking is basically when you add multiple influencers in one day. That's pretty much my strategy with stacking. And then you also have that ad that you know is very good. You have that running in the back end as well too. But you don't have it, let's say for example, if I'm already spending $1,000 per day on the ad, I don't have it at its full potential. I will cut it in half at like $500 a day with like multiple influencer shout outs. And that's what I call stacking. And that's a great way actually to like literally like just raise your fucking to scale. That's a good way to scale easily. Like that's pretty much my strategy, and that's exactly what I do when it comes to scaling.
Any more questions, guys? Yeah, guys, seriously, any questions, really just drop them in the comments.
What do you answered that, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
See if there's any new ones.
New question. Let's see. Wait a minute. Testing products with. I kind of answered that, didn't I?
Kind of. Yeah, no. So Darian's question, guys, it says when testing products, what is the determining factor before you move that over to to Facebook to scale? And he says how many shoutouts do you guys usually run before moving that product over? And at least me personally, like I don't go off of the number of shoutouts because that doesn't actually guarantee sales. Like shoutouts don't guarantee sales, guys. Your ad copy, the images you use, like all that stuff. When it's good, then you can get sales from those shoutouts, right? It doesn't. A number of like 10 shoutouts isn't going to guarantee sales, especially if you suck at shoutouts, right? When you want to move to Facebook, I'd suggest having at least 100 orders and already having having that Facebook pixel that's been on your site for that time being, having that already there, and then having a good amount of orders. Because again, orders are people that have already given you their credit card. They've already purchased your product. You want to build off your lookalike audience and stuff like that from those customers that have ordered. You don't want to necessarily just build off a Facebook audience just off of people that have visited your site but never even purchased, or they just bounced right when they left. Because that's not the people you're looking for. And so that's not really how you want to scale. You want to scale just based on the amount of like the volume of orders you've had.
It's hot. Oh yeah, a little bit. Turn the.
Let's see. Any questions down below? I think it was versus low ticket. Any thoughts on that?
Benny asks, how do you feel about high ticket versus low ticket or digital products? Me personally, I love high ticket just because it's way more money. But I love low tickets as well too because it all depends like what's currently trending. Because I actually have swords of both. I don't think either one is like right or wrong. It just depends on like what's currently trending. But the marketing strategy behind high ticket items and low ticket products are it's a very, very different type of strategy. For example, when it comes to low ticket items, let's say what I consider a low ticket item, pretty much anything under $19.99. That's what I consider is like a low ticket item. And basically the marketing strategy behind that I use when it comes to ads is literally you can either do the free plus shipping model. I do that usually products under like $12. I do free plus shipping. Or what you can do as well, you can also cut the price in half because you want people to actually like click your ads, and that would also make your CPC become super, super low. If you guys are just joining in, CPC is if you guys are new to, CPC is cost per click, and that's basically how much you're charged every time somebody clicks your ad and things like that. And by doing the free plus shipping model, with what that entails you and allows you to do, it allows your CPC, like some of my lowest CPCs using the free plus shipping model has been like 9 cents before. And then that happens because everybody likes the word free. Everybody wants anything that's free. And so so a lot of times with that model though, you have a lot more visitors than you actually have sales. Because me, like one of the things I have when it comes to my high ticket products, I look for like my sales to always outnumber my visitors. But when it comes to the low ticket products, I'm not looking at the same thing. I'm just looking at the cost. How much have I spent today versus how much have I made? That's all I'm focusing on. And that's my strategy for the low ticket items. For the higher ticket items, I actually don't include the price. Like for my ads, I don't include the price at all. It's mostly like the description. It's just trying to get people towards my website. So I'm even talking about free shipping, like with the higher ticket items as well too. I don't charge shipping at all. I just add the shipping into the actual price as well too. And then the good thing with the higher ticket items, let's say for example, Target. This is just an example. Let's say Target is selling a boombox, a radio, and it's like $100, and I find a boombox or radio on AliExpress, and I'm selling it for like $50. Like people naturally know that that's already a good deal. So there's no point of me to putting the price out there. As long as I have an elegant and nice looking ad and has a description that pushes people to actually like go to the site, then I feel like that's enough. Because once you're at that site, that's where all my psychological factors, my apps, and my descriptions and my pictures is going to close you. So that's. I hope that answers your question. Comment again if you need a little further in-depth details about that. But that's pretty much what my opinions on high ticket and low ticket items. For digital products, I don't really think I ever sold digital products, so I can't really answer that. Have you ever sold any digital products?
No, not too much.
Yeah, I never really got into that. Me personally, I'm huge in fashion, so I usually just stay where I'm good at. So I either stay in fashion. Sometimes I go to like utensils and things like how like, fidget spinners are super big. Sometimes I go to gadgets and like children's toys and things like that. Those are that's my personal expertise in those areas.
Any last minute questions? We've already gone over 30.
Oh, yeah, it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are liking everything you're hearing, then please show us some love and like and just press the love button as well, you guys, and let us know that we got giving you the things that you guys want and need. What's hot in fashion right now? That's a very, very good question. There's a lot. But what I'm going to do too, because a wise man once told me, you can teach a man how to find a trend and he'll make a fortune for a lifetime. Or you can give a man a trend and he'll just make a fortune for a day. So what I like to do is I like to teach you how to actually find those trends, because if I tell you what's hot right now, I'm not helping you. You may think I'm helping you, but I'm really not, because I'm just giving you, I'm just giving it to you. And then when that trend runs out, you're gonna come back and ask for more, and I can't really help you. But what I can do is give you the strategies that I use to find trends. And my favorite things that I use to find trends is on Instagram. All right, these are my social media platforms, things that I use to find current trends. I use Instagram, I use Reddit. I use Twitter. I use Twitter faithfully for finding trends and hot things, because things go viral on Twitter big time. And I follow a whole bunch of celebrities on all my platforms. And when it comes to Instagram and Twitter, I'm always following celebrities, because celebrities actually set trends. That's how when I was selling cloud glasses, I made a lot, because I was following like Amigos, and I was saying like, oh, they're wearing cloud glasses. Then I seen a whole bunch more people. I seen Wiz Khalifa wearing cloud glasses. I seen Playboy Cardi wearing cloud glasses. I just started seeing it everywhere, and I was like, wow, this is really going big. And then one thing I do too, if you guys are still young, I still have like friends and cousins that are in high school, so I literally paid them to tell me, because high schoolers, they find out, like I just graduated like a few years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, but high schoolers, that's when we're biggest into fashion, because our fashion is literally created by what we think everybody thinks is cool. So if you need high schooler friends, you got friends or family, just ask them like, hey, if you tell me like the things that are trending. That's how I found out about fidget spinners. Before like fidget spinners like had a huge takeoff. It's because my little cousin, he was playing with one. I was like, what the hell is that? He's like, well, you haven't heard of it? And it's like all I'm gonna do, like you gotta get it before it gets on the news. And then that's when I started finding out. So you need friends, you need things like in high school. You need to follow celebrities, because celebrities start those fashion trends. And another thing too on Instagram, follow the DIY pages, the do-it-yourself pages. They have a lot of things that end up start trending before trends happen. They have a lot of good product ideas as well too. So and then when it comes to the Reddits, follow the fashion, follow the streetwear. There's so many. You just gotta search. And the coolest thing is that we have one of the greatest gifts in front of us. The thing is that we don't use it. Literally at the palm of your hand, you have every answer to every single question that you need or desire for or want. But what you have to do is you have to seek it. You have to be hungry for it, and you have to go for it, because the answer's there, the solution's there. But what's not there, what sometimes is lacking, is your drive and your motivation to go out and seek it. So those are some of my ways that I find fashion trends when it comes to it.
All right. Matt said he's late to the stream. Can we find it somewhere else? Yeah, guys. So this will actually be posted in the actual group, so you guys can actually rewatch it and watch it from the beginning. But yeah, we're trying to keep these relatively short. We were trying to do in between 20 and 30 minutes. We actually went over to 35 minutes. But yeah, guys, no, that's kind of what we're hoping to do. You know, at least like five days a week in this actual group is just like sit down with you guys, a lot more one-on-one stuff, answer your guys' questions, provide you guys value, get you guys results. And just help you guys out overall, and like not even just dropshipping, because dropshipping is great, but like even like what Jason's saying, just like help you guys get that mindset that you need to actually get these results. That's probably more important than actually just figuring out what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so that's the live feed, and we hope you guys enjoy. And
yeah, and then we will, like we mentioned earlier in the live feed, for everybody who's just tuning in, we are going to start doing this a lot more frequently, like almost every single day. From it's going to be either all three of us or one of us, just giving you guys tips and nuggets about like success and keys to success. And a lot of times you guys are looking for what I call the blueprint. You guys are looking on how do you do these things? How do you find out what's hot? How do you find out whatever the how is? You guys are looking for the blueprint. And a lot of times you guys forget about the emotions. And the emotions by far is the most powerful factor that Thaddeus was actually talking about when he talks about the mindset. So what this is about, even if you decide dropshipping is not for you, I want you guys, our whole goal is to say, okay, I did e-commerce, that changed my life. Okay, I didn't get into dropshipping or anything online, but it helped me have the mindset and develop the mindset to succeed in whatever my goals or endeavors are. Like, this is a platform for everybody who's just trying to become successful and make all their dreams become a reality. That's what this platform is about. Our expertise is e-commerce and also dropshipping and marketing and things like that. But what our other expertise is too, that's constantly overlooked, is our mindset. Because to be quite frank with you guys, if you guys don't believe this or you guys haven't been schooled in the workings of the mind, of the subconscious mind, before success can ever become success, it has to first start off within. If you don't have the mindset, if you haven't become success conscious, you will never reach the levels of success that you desire or that you truly want. So the whole key, the whole goal of e-commerce is just to transform you guys literally, mentally. Like, one of my favorite books, I'm a man of faith, so I believe in God, and I'm actually Christian. And one of my favorite books, the Bible, actually says you have to transform your mind. Literally, that's the only way you become successful. That's the only way you actually begin to reach new heights, is by transforming your mind. And like the book of Proverbs is one of my favorite books in the Bible, because it's all about wisdom. And basically, the whole book, to summarize it, is that you have to be hungry for wisdom. If you're hungry for wisdom, you seek for it, and you just never sleep unless you've become wiser that day, then you will become successful. And that's what these live chats are about, developing that mindset, developing the emotions, because the blueprint, we're going to give it to you. You don't have to worry about that. But if we give you a successful blueprint and it doesn't work out for you, obviously it's not the blueprint, it's your emotions, it's your lack of belief in yourself. So that's what we're trying to develop and install inside of you guys. We're installing the blueprint. We're installing the mentality. We're installing the work ethic, because it's not going to be easy. Quite frankly, all you guys who are here think it's going to be easy. It's not. It's work. If it was going to be easy, everybody would be doing it. But that's the whole point of e-commerce. That's the whole point of having a community. It's because we're bringing multiple minds together with one goal in mind, which is to succeed. To succeed and free your family and do whatever you want out of life, to live life on your terms, and also to reach fulfillment, because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And what is fulfillment? Being happy with you, being happy with your life. Fulfillment, in my eyes, and my own definition, is living life on your terms. And that's pretty much it. And this is our first live feed, first of many.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, guys. Show some love. We're gonna be doing this a lot more often. And yeah, we'll see you guys around. This will be reposted in the group for you guys to rewatch if you guys came in late. And yeah, we're here for multiple days. Dropping knowledge. All right, well, we'll catch you guys later.
Peace. See you guys.